What is going on, my nerds? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. It is Monday, so you know what that means. Prediction Day. We are doing a prediction for Cubone / Marowak solo playthrough. Cubone kind of looks like Charmander. I'll explain what this is. That's the shiny version of Cubone. I thought it looked cool, so I wanted to put it in this. Okay, so that's why it looks orange. It kind of looks like Charmander. And he evolves into Marowak, which is the one on the left. Cubone, known as the Lonely Pokemon. The skull is rumored to be Aerodactyl skull. That's just the rumor. And a lot of people I've talked to thought it was Marowak skull. It's the mother skull of the baby Cubone. And then Marowak is the one on the left. It looks very menacing, let's say the least. So let's go over the stats of this Pokemon. The stats of this Pokemon are as follows. The Cubone is HP of 50, attack of 50, defense is 95, 40 special, and 35 speed. So not very fast. HP and attack are okay, and special, they're okay. But defense is very good with this Pokemon, which doesn't do us anything later in the game because special is what matters for defense. So special isn't very good, but early in the game, there's not a lot of special attacks. So at level 28, we evolve into Marowak. Marowak gets, I guess it's a slightly bigger bone. It's a femur, it looks like. We get 60 HP, attack is 80, 110 defense, 50 special, 50 special, and 45 speed. So we're not very fast, but we have decent attack and decent defense. So that's okay, I guess. This is actually a Pokemon I think can do very well, and that's because of its moveset. So ignore the ones in yellow right there. That's not the moveset we have for this game. The moveset we have for this game is what's under RGB, or red, green, and blue. In America, there's no green version. This is red and blue. But over in Japan, there is a green version. So we start off the game with Growl and Bone Club. Again, we need to go off the stats on the RGB. Bone Club is a 65 base power, 85% accurate move. Not the greatest move when it comes to accuracy, but when it comes to power, that's a fantastic move. And the reason why that's fantastic is because we get stab out of that. Bone Club is a ground type move. We are a ground type Pokemon. So 65 plus 32.7. It's almost a 100 base power move to start the game. Absolutely fantastic. I believe it's a physical damaging move, not a special. So it should do just fine. Unfortunately, we don't get any other moves until Leer. But Bone Club will do just fine. 20 power points. We should one-shot a lot of things early unless we miss. That's really the biggest crux of all this. And also Growl, we can also lower the opposition's attack, but we have pretty good defense, so that may not be an issue at all. Leer is, we get that level 25. Probably not going to help us too much. Maybe against Missy, I don't know. Focus Energy, we can get 31. We've actually would be evolved by this point, so I don't think we're going to use Focus Energy. It doesn't do what you think it does. It's supposed to make it 4 times more likely to critical hit, but actually makes it 4 times less likely to critical hit. Thrash at level 38, we probably will learn. Thrash is fantastic. It just confuses you after it's done thrashing. So if you have an opposition with 2 Pokemon, it's great, because it's 90 base power. Knock them out pretty quick, never misses, but it can confuse us. And Bone Meringue. So here's what Bone Meringue does. It's it's kind of like Double Slap, or like Beedrill. It's two turns. It's 2 hits. So 50 base power, which means it's 75 base power, and you get 2 hits out of it. 90% accurate. It's not a bad move for sure. We might have to use. There might be better moves to learn to use in this situation, but pretty solid move. We will not get that level 43. It does change whenever we get to Marowak. It pushes it back just a little bit. But like I said, I doubt it's going to be something that we're going to have to super worry about because we do have access to other moves, and I'm getting to that here in a moment. And we also have Rage, which we're not going to use. It's a pointless move, and the fact that we get it that late is really pointless. If we got it, like, started the game with it, I could understand. But Rage that late, it doesn't do anything. It locks you in. It's not a great move. So here is the TM moveset. I had to split it in half because it's so broad. So we start off with the ability to get Mega Punch. We can get Mega Kick. Probably won't use it, but Mega Punch is definitely useful early. Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge. Those are great. We can use Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Ice Beam, Blizzard. So a lot of coverage here. A lot of coverage with this Pokemon. We can do all the fighting type moves, which I doubt we're going to do, but we can do all the fighting type moves. We probably don't need them. We can use Rage, the TM. We don't need it. Earthquake. will be very effective, so we'll dig. We'll probably use both of them. We'll probably get dig along with Earthquake, but it'll be a very effective move. We can also use Mimic. We can't use Double Team. Bide will probably be added just in case we get low on power points or something. We can use Bide. And also Fire Blast is 120 base power, 85% accurate. I don't know why Cubone can learn Fire Blast, but it can nonetheless. So I'm not going to argue with it. It's a great move to have in a pinch, especially when we get to the Elite Four and we have to face Venusaur. So Fire Blast might be a move I add to supplement the Venusaur fight. And Skull Bash is available. Probably won't use it. It's very fitting for this Pokemon to have Skull Bash. You'd think we'd get it via level up based on its what it has. It's literally holding something to bash skulls. Excuse me. And then Substitute and Strength. So pretty broad moveset, honestly. When you look at our TM moveset and our level up moveset, there's definitely a path to victory here. There's definitely a lot of ways we can get through this game. I do need to mention something, by the way, that Marowak actually gets an extra move in this. So Marowak has access to Hyper Beam. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else right now. Nope, just Hyper Beam. So Hyper Beam is also a possibility. I don't think we'll need Hyper Beam. But yeah. And let's go over the rules real quick, and I'll give you my prediction. So we can only use Cubone or Marowak in battle. Other Pokemon can only be used for HMs and to catch Pokemon for HMs. Running clock with 3 exceptions. One of them is Lieutenant Surge's Gym. The second one is when we get to Celadon City, we usually pause the timer, sell some stuff, buy some stuff, do some errands. Things that aren't really important to the plot of the game or further the plot of the game. But things that we need to do that I don't want to rush and screw up and sell the wrong thing that, could ultimately screw us over. And then the last one is if we need to buy a move from the Pokemon Game Corner, ergo Hyper Beam, we can pause the timer, sell some stuff, because in Gen 1 you can only get 50 coins at a time, so it's very time consuming, and I'm not punishing the Pokemon because of the game's dynamic that's the only way to get that move. There is no glitches or exploits allowed. The only exploit we're allowed is excuse me, is the Badge Boost glitch. We cannot use the Missingo or Pokédoll glitch, and there's also no items in battle. The Ethers I've gotten loose on, so we can actually use Ethers if need be. That's more or less to counter my negligence, not to help the Pokemon out immensely. Also, subscribe to this channel if you're here. Please do. It helps the channel, helps me know that people are out there watching. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is JD's Nerdverse. Instagram, JD's _nerd_verse. And yeah, that's it. I'm a dad with 2 kids, a cat, a wife. I work 40 plus hours a week, and I do this by myself. So sharing and liking really does help the channel out as much as possible, and it lets me know you guys care. Also, commenting also helps. So let's go back to the prediction part of Cubone. So Cubone, it's crazy because I think Cubone could actually have a pretty solid run here. I don't think it would be the fastest. If it had slightly better stats, I would be confident saying it could be the fastest. But the fact that it starts out with almost 100 base power move right from the get-go, and it's not a normal type move, so it's going to have pretty good effect against Brock, is pretty good. Now, Misty is going to be tricky because we are ground type. We're weak to Misty. That's a given. However, we're going to have a lot of moves to counter her. We're going to have Mega Punch. We're going to have, Cubone, or Dig. We're going to have Bone Club. So we're going to have a lot of stuff. And if we need to, we can go get Body Slam to beat her, too. So that's another great move we have. We have an extremely broad move pool. It's going to be it's an embarrassment of riches, as some might say. When it comes to our move pool, we got a lot of access to a lot of different moves. Very good. And we have water moves also and ice moves to... When I look at the Elite Four, I look at... the only person I look at that's going to be difficult, really, is Lorelei. I'm sorry, not Lorelei. Yeah, Lorelei. Birdo's not going to be difficult. We have ice and water moves. And we're going to do just good enough to... his fighting type. We're also going to do pretty well against Agatha. We have Earthquake, so Earthquake's going to blast through them, and then you're looking at, I guess, maybe Lance with Gyarados. Gyarados going to go for Hydro Pump every time, so maybe that's the only one we have to worry about. I'm actually a little surprised that this Pokemon does not have access to. I thought it had access to Swords Dance. I guess I was wrong on that. Maybe in future generations it has access to Swords Dance. But I think we'll get through the game pretty easily. The early part of the game, this will be one of the faster early parts of the game playthroughs we've done so far. It's just how long it takes to get through the rest of it. Once we get past Misty's Gym, Really, I guess the one we have to worry about is Erica, but we don't have to face Erica to progress to the game. We just have to face Erica before we decide to face Giovanni. The Giovanni gym. So yeah, that's my prediction. I think this will get done. Let's see. Let's give a good prediction here. I think these can get done in under an hour and 20 minutes. Hour and 20 minutes. I think it can get done. I think when we evolve, we get some nice boosts to some stats that we otherwise wouldn't. I've seen some other playthroughs from other YouTubers. They don't play this game. They play Yellow and they play Crystal. But in that game, he doesn't start off with Bone Club, but then when he does, the run just takes off. So Bone Club early is going to be a huge advantage for this Pokemon, and then plus it has great coverage. After that, we're going to get Water Gun shortly after we beat Brock. After Water Gun, we're going to get Mega Punch. After Mega Punch, we're going to get Dig. After Dig, we're going to get Bubble Beam. After Bubble Beam, we're going to get Body Slam. After Body Slam, we're going to get... It just spirals. It just continuously goes. So I don't see how this Pokemon's going to have really many issues in this game. Other than its stats, like I said, are not the greatest. So maybe a couple extra levels will mitigate that. We'll see. But that's my prediction. So sticking with tradition. Mondays is predictions. Tuesdays is Lord of the Rings. Wednesday, we're going to have some videos here soon. Playthroughs, other games. Some kind of, I call them challenge videos. Things like that. Or replays of Gen 1, or the Red Pokemon Red that I played through that I wanted to see if I can optimize, make it a little bit better. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What's your prediction? How long you think it'll be? And don't forget, this playthrough for this Pokemon is airing on Friday. So don't forget to check that out. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below what you think. Let me know what you think. And have a good one, and see you.